The Luxor Museum is one of the only museums in Luxor, but it has an amazing collection of high-quality pieces. Let's talk about it on this episode of Museums with Melissa. The Luxor Museum was inaugurated in 1975 and is located along the eastern side of the Nile between Karnak and Luxor temples. The objects in the museum are slightly restricted to try and focus on objects found in and around the area of Luxor, rather than some of the larger museums in Cairo. But honestly, it was one of the more modern museums in Egypt that I had seen, as a lot of the objects are displayed with multilingual labeling and lots more information than you'd see at some of the older museums. The collection tends to focus on more New Kingdom items, but that is mainly because Luxor was the capital city during most of the New Kingdom and thus was the time that the city was most populated. It has items from the tomb of Tutankhamun, as well as a collection of 26 statues that were found buried in the Luxor statue cache in 1989. This was one of my favorite sections of the museum because the statues are in such pristine condition and because it was found so much more recently in comparison, and there were lots of amazing photos and texts about the objects discovered. Interestingly, the museum also contains the royal mummies of two pharaohs, Pharaoh Ahmose I and a presumed mummy of Ramses I. They were put on display at the museum in March 2004 as part of a new extension to the museum, which includes a small visitors center. It's very interesting that neither of these mummies were moved to the National Museum of Egyptian Civilization when the Parade of Pharaohs occurred in 2021. Though it is slightly understandable, at least with the mummy of Ramses I, because there is not 100% confirmation that it is him. I also appreciated all of the Amarna period items, including the reconstruction of one of the walls of Akhenaten's temple in Karnak. This museum is definitely worth the trip, especially because it has late night hours, so you can attend after you've already taken a break from being out at the archaeological sites. And it is one of the only locations in Luxor that you can actually buy the Luxor Pass, which I've done a couple videos on previously.